Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No.
All right, all right. It's that power hour. We are back in the building. Yo, Theo, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Oh man, I'm good, brother. I'm good. As you say, back in the building, back in business. This is where we're back. We've been going for a while, and I've heard a lot of the naysayers in trucking say, "Man, I told you them guys they was gonna fall out." This guy says this about that guy, and everybody just thought, "Hey, man, it's over." You know what I'm saying? But hey, we here, so let's talk about it. What's going on with you, brother? How you making out?
Oh man, just making out just great, man. We had to take a break for a little bit to get things back together, get a lot of things back in order. Basically, just get the house back right because you've been doing a lot of things progressing in your personal life, your business, even in your career, and I've been doing the same thing. But we are back and we are coming back harder in 2024 than what we ever have done in the past. A lot of
Right.
people out there, a lot of truckers out there, I know you guys are feeling discouraged. You're hearing bad news, FMCSA regulation, DOT, inflation, repairs. And some of you guys are just lost out there. And I just want to let you guys know that you got to tune out of some of this stuff. Okay. You got to work on yourself. I know it sounds kind of corny and cliche of how working on yourself, building on yourself, but you got to remember that every day that you are living, you are breathing, you are thinking, you got to have the ability to take in that you have to learn improvements. Okay. Never get tired of improving yourself, your quality, your skill set, your mindset, your behavior, the everything, your characteristics. I could go on and on. So
Yeah.
Theo and I, we had to take a break. We had to take a break, do some things in the background, get some things established in order to come back to you guys and give you guys high quality content, conversation, and start bringing people up on the panel. And we are going to start showing you guys around the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, um, that's going to be a big surprise for the next show, but we felt obligated to come back in and say salute to all of you guys that's been rocking with us, that still subscribe to us, right? We are
Yeah.
trying to get more subscribers in 2024, but in the same token, where we are going to lead 2024 differently from other channels is just downright better content, stuff dealing with business, actual business, day-to-day operation, how to take $5,000 and turn it into $50,000 working capital, understanding
Mm,
overhead costs, understanding the formula, the basic formula. This stuff is not complicated. It's
okay.
just about who's willing to stay in through the ups and downs, not riding the wave. See, this is what YouTube has created, this utopia of ride the wave, ride it out. No, no. Sometimes you have to steer in the wave. Sometimes you have to steer away from the wave. And
Yeah.
that is with your business. Understanding when you're taking on too much you can handle, when you going beyond your boundaries, when you're going beyond the scope of your qualities, right? You have to reel that back in and sometimes say, hey, I'm gonna stay on the shoreline because I'm not ready to face this wave head on. No matter what other people might say, no matter what other people might present to you, you know, you have to understand your abilities. And right now in trucking, I'm hearing this down talk. I'm hearing that, hey man, people are crashing out. We need to get people out of it. We need the government to step in. We need new change. The brokers not understanding, but we are not trying to change or improve our standard of operation. And I'm
Yeah.
basically saying this. You cannot look at the end number. You have to look at the behavior on accumulating that number. What behavior are you implementing to accumulate that number? So what I mean by that is if you're saying, oh man, they ain't paying nothing but $1.25 a mile. Okay, what is your behavior? How are you approaching the situation to begin with? Are you saying, okay, I'm gonna get on this load board with the mindset that I might not take $1.25? I'm gonna get on this load board, or are you doing things differently? You have to be diverse. It's not a one answer is going to answer all questions. Okay. This is a multitude. These are layers. Think of it like an onion. You got to constantly peel the layers. And what might work for another person might fail for you. And what might fail for another company might be your path to success. This trucking industry has showed us one thing and one thing only.
Mm.
You cannot be afraid to capitalize. That is what this
Facts.
trucking industry has showed us. This is what corporation, insurance companies, fuel car management companies, factoring companies, even direct customers. All of this have showed us that corporations are not afraid to capitalize in a moment of fear. When you are fearing that you might not make it today, the brokers are capitalizing off of that. Okay, you fear it. We found your fear. We smell the fear. Now we are going to send out the wolves. And when we send out the wolves, no wolf ever came out the forest and say, hey, little man, I'm about to bite you. I'm going to let you run away. No, they come furious. They come for blood, and they ain't leaving until everything has been satisfied.
Yeah.
And you got to have that appetite. And this is what I'm seeing with working class people, with entrepreneurs, especially
Mhm.
entrepreneurs. You guys are showing your fear on your sleeve. And when you show the fear, corporations, brokers, all these different entities, even DOT, implement these type of practices, inspection, letting you know they are increasing the fines and penalties, letting you know they're going to start pulling over more trucks because they know they can smell it. And we are small businesses. All of you carriers out there, owner operators, you guys are the small businesses. These big corporations only survive because you guys are around. We got to start demanding more. And this is going beyond the scope of just trucking. This is going into the scope of ownership.
Yeah.
We are losing that in America because of fear. Because people say it's no way. It's always a way. If you tell me it's no way, then you turn on the TV and you're seeing profits. You turn on the trucker news station, Asian Miles, whoever, and you're seeing brokers gloat, literally gloat about taking advantage of this down market. And then you turn on, you listen to the truck drivers interview, and you don't hear that amount of pride. And most of you guys base your pride on a dollar amount. I'm not feeling good today because there's only $1.25 out there. I'm not going to be my best today because nobody's paying no money. But a
Mm.
lot of people have not encouraged you or paid you to go into business. You're losing that fire about you. No one paid you to go in business. You paid yourself.
Yeah. That's the true statement right there, right? Nobody gave anybody that startup money, the fortitude and the will thought mindset process that I'm going to go and operate a business, right? We know trucking. Trucking, there's nothing new under the sun. When I say we know trucking, there's nothing new under the sun. We've had inflation before. We've had companies go out of business. We've had rates drop. We had rates go up. All this is it's a cycle. We're all on a hamster wheel. Now the key is how do we navigate through it? Right. And at the end of the day, I'm with you. We got to fix certain things in trucking, but we got to fix ourselves first. I can't go and demand the company that I'm with that you pay me more when I'm not willing to give more or do more for the money. So we have to also take personal responsibility. And I get it, man. This industry chews you up like bazooka gum. Once there's no more flavor, you spit it out. I've been there, done that. But I'm telling you, it's still money in it. The trucking industry is still thriving. And there are some owner operators who are doing very well. Lease operators doing very well. W2 guys doing very well. You just got to figure out, hey, I don't need to do what they do, but I need to put myself in a position to where I can do better and do what fits me. I think one of the problems we have is we're too busy chasing what the next man's doing, right? So if he's doing this over here, I better do this. It don't work for everybody like that. Find your niche, make it work. If you have connections with
I
certain
gotta
brokers, go
disagree,
with that.
Dio.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
got
I'm listening.
okay. I think people need to do it. I think people, and this is aimed towards owner operators, lease drivers, not the independents,
Hmm.
but owner operators and lease drivers. If you're finding yourself in a predicament where it's hard for you to make ends meet on a weekly and daily, I should say daily first.
Hmm.
So, because we need to face this fact, everybody wants something in their bank account on a day to day basis. Let's stop living in this utopia of, oh man, everything's going to be all right if you start off Monday with $0 in your bank account. No,
Mm.
there is a problem. Red flag, hit the red alert. If you see Theo over there dealing with, he's an owner operator, he's with a different company in your local area, and he's maintaining, you need to go and try to look at what Theo is doing. You need to do it. Don't try to make your own pathway while still leased with a company within their company structure.
Mm.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's just like an employee at Walmart. Employee goes to Walmart, working at Walmart, and says one day, I got this bright idea. I'm going to outdo my managers. Oh man, we know this chain of command. What do you think is going to happen once the manager identify an employee low ranking than them is trying to outdo them? They're going to get rid of your ass.
Oh, without a shadow of doubt, walk you out
Okay,
of
then
it.
it's time for, if you have that ambition, if you have that power and that drive about you, and you're seeing another owner operator being successful with another company, you need to probably jump ship from where you at, because the only thing you're doing is hindering yourself mentally and
Mm.
financially. And this is
So,
why I say some of us
hmm, hmm,
needs to follow others, because it's going to help us in the long run. We need to play the long game. And we need to get it through where we start having open discussions. And it doesn't need to always be about what did he gross. We need to start talking about what do you retain?
correct.
How much are you retaining? Because people have different lifestyle. Some people like to go to Cancun. Some people like to go to Mardi Gras. Some people like to go to Florida. So they'll take their $2,000 a week check, put $1,000 to the side, live off 1,000. So they know they'll build up that nest egg of $4,000 of savings and go on a trip and blow it. Some
Mm.
people are frugal. Some people base their life off of $350 a week,
Yeah.
and they retain the rest. They put in Roth, IRAs, 401ks, retirement. They probably have medical and health insurance. So they demand a little bit more. We got to start looking at the individual that's coming up and saying, okay, you need to get with this company. This is what I make. No, it's not about always what you generate, it's what you retain. And why are
Mm.
you generating? Like, what drives you? And I've noticed this across the YouTube. A lot of people don't tell you what drives them, because they are afraid of judgment, right?
Hmm.
What drives you to get up every day to do something? What drives you? Because some of us have that goodwill and good intentions, but we don't have that spark that get that motor running, because we've been faced with so much downset. It's just one thing after another, one thing after another. Some people shut down their business and think, okay, man, it's hard for me to get a company job. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. That
Companies don't
market
want
is
to
getting
hire
smaller.
strong individuals anymore. And people
Well,
are
yes.
getting upset. Like, man,
Hmm.
what? I'm not good enough. No, the problem is you are too good.
Mm.
You are too efficient. They don't want that. So that should be your drive to understand that the same people to tell you, oh man, come and work for us to shut down your authority, and you do that, and then they like, oh, you overqualified, or we can't verify your driving history. Oh, we don't take driving records from people that had their own authority with a one truck operation, blah, blah, blah. We hear this. So
Mhm.
this should be your drive to stay in business. This should be your drive to start understanding investments. Now, some people might say, oh man, multiple sources of income, but let's face it. Hold on. Let me tell you this. And this is not making fun of any individual, but the problem that I've ran across, that I've witnessed, and Theo probably witnessed, is that a lot of truck drivers get in a truck driver mindset and think that it is neutral across the board, that they could apply that same mindset and terminology in other businesses. And some of you guys get, how would I say, locked in to the driver's seat of business. Where
Yeah,
you,
well, we call that they can't see outside the front windshield
okay,
because they're stuck in the truck, right? The mentality of the way trucking business is, it's not like any other industry that we have in this country. So if you fathom that and look at that, then you have to understand once you go outside of trucking and you're looking at doing a business, you can't do it the same way you did trucking. Because with any industry, this industry has so many variables in it, so you have to take that consideration. But I agree, and yes, I've seen where guys have took the same mindset of trucking and implemented into another business, which in reality they should have just focused more on trucking because you got to be where you're good at. You just can't take trucking and take the mindset of a trucker and take it to another company. It just doesn't work. It's like a doctor taking his brilliance of what he's learned as a neurologist, and now he wants to be a truck driver, and he's going to take that into owning a truck. It don't work. It just doesn't work. He has to conform to the industry of trucking. So if you're going out of trucking and you want to be a restaurant owner or a restaurateur, as they say, you have to think like a restaurant owner. You cannot think like a truck driver anymore because there are two different variables. There are two different levels, as they say. There's levels to this. That's one of the things I think that a lot of people are missing. But I will say this, you are correct about a lot of people when they say, I'm going to go and work for a company. You're right. The company says, well, we can't validate those years of driving experience because you were a owner operator, right? And companies can tell. They can pull up how many drug tests you have, especially if you use the same drug test agency. They can pull this up. And they're seeing in the last 5 years, you've only taken one drug test. That can be a red flag if they really want to dig into your background. So you have that going against you also when you're trying to switch from an owner operator to a W 2 driver. We're not talking 1099, we're talking W 2. So it takes a little changing and getting involved. But I say, listen, do what works for you at the end of the day. And I kind of agree with what Obi was saying. Go see what the next guy's doing, right? What I call that is relationships. In other words, I want to have relationship with different owner operators or different one and two truck carriers just to get a general idea because it's always something that you may not know that you could be implementing that will work for you. Now, I will say this, everything is not for everybody, but you got to have strong relationships in this industry. If not, you won't survive. And if people think that not having strong relationships, I would say this. You look at your biggest mega carriers, they do a lot of business together, a lot, just to keep you out of the fold. Now, if that's not relationship, I don't know what is. And
well,
we've all, go ahead. Mhm.
some people take that independency a little bit too far. And so, yeah, it just gets into that where a lot of people don't know because they haven't been taught. And we have to start looking, even you and I, we talk about this in the background, where we have to start changing the conversation and stop talking to a lot of truckers as if they've been out here for 40 years. Because
Correct.
some of them just now growing their legs. Some of
Mhm.
them, came out during COVID. Some was pre-COVID, post-COVID, whatever. But
Correct.
we are seeing that this trucking industry dynamics have changed, even for the guys that's been in here for 20 years. I think right now trucking hit a restart button where everyone is fresh, no matter who you are. And like what you
Mm,
said, we have the carriers and owner operators, company drivers have to start having a dialogue and building a relationship because, like I said, look at the brokers. They are
mm.
capitalizing. They are capitalizing, and people are like, "Oh man, the market is not going to change." Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But
Yeah.
we ain't gonna dive. We ain't gonna dive too deep in that. We just wanted to come up tonight, man. Yeah. Look how professional Theo looking. There you
With the
looking good
Scully
on the
hat on.
screen. You looking good on the screen now,
Oh man, I got to shave everybody. I'm looking
man.
rough
Oh
today.
well,
It's
I'm gonna turn
hard,
on my
yo.
camera, man. Look, there we go. There we go.
Oh, I might have to block that out.
Ah, there you go, man. I got all my teeth, man. Don't do me like that. I got all my teeth.
Well, well, you know what? I got a W-2 job. I can always go buy me some, and put it on the company's insurance. So if y'all think about you need some teeth, go to get a W-2 job and buy some. But yeah, like I said, man, like I agree with you. We wanted to come on for just a short time, man, talk about little things because we hear stuff too. We're still in the industry. We haven't forgot about trucking. Trucking has got us to where we are to this point. I know for me, um, almost 30 years. I've been in trucking, so you know what? Hey, I'm not gonna knock trucking. There are some good and bad points, but I will say this: trucking has been here for a long time. It ain't going nowhere, and it's all about how you navigate through trucking. If you want to walk away, walk away. But guess what? When you walk out, somebody else coming in. So don't think you hurting trucking by leaving. When you get upset because trucking don't work in your way. But with that, I would say to everybody, listen. JP, 3000, appreciate you. Hurry up and buy. Jaquan, Steve Wilbert. We're glad to see you guys came in for a short time. We will be going back live again here shortly. And just to let everybody know, I will be doing a live Saturday at 1 p.m. with a Sire Motor Freight driver. So we're going to be talking to him about some things. So if y'all could follow that, like, follow, subscribe. Like always, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing. And my brother, what do you have to say? I'm gonna let you
Oh
take it.
man, I want to tell you guys, come on, join us over at the Official Business Podcast, man. Please drop suggestions down there in the comment box. Um, Let us know what you want to talk about. Uh, we're gonna drop a surprise on you guys, real nice. Uh, we are about what we say. We are Official Business Podcast,
Yeah.
and we do now have a hub. So let's just make that. Come on, the camera say that.
Yeah.
Let me look in the camera and say this to y'all. I don't give a damn how the world is every morning when I wake up. One thing's for certain, I'm not going to stop giving it my all. I don't care if I turn on CNN, Fox News, whatever damn news station. I'm not going to stop being the best of me because somebody over there got their fucking feelings hurt. So I say that to you guys for encouragement. Now we're going to drop something real nice on you guys. I know y'all see this. I'm in my garage right now, but I'm be in my other garage. Theo and I
Oh,
gonna reveal some nice things to you guys. Y'all gonna be like, that's why these guys been quiet.
there you go.
You'll be like, yes, yes, yes. We ain't on here just lollygagging. We really care about a lot of you. And we need some of y'all to stick your chests out and get that fire back under you and stop believing that somebody else's life really affects you. Right? It might sound heartless, but it is what it is.
No, it ain't
Okay.
heartless. The truth is never sexy. At
Yeah.
the end of the day, the truth is never sexy, right? So it
Yeah.
is what it is, and I will lead with what I always say: everybody stay prayed up. Um, like, follow, subscribe, Fisher Business Podcast. We talk that talk, and we will be back in a couple of weeks with some new and
Ain't no
brand
couple of
new.
weeks. We'll be back soon. We'll be back
Oh,
soon, y'all.
we'll string them along a little bit.
Now, wait, you guys hit the like button. Would you please hit the like thingy?
Yeah, there you go.
Later.